Welcome to another DVD Blu-ray collection update video, and today we're talking about Criterion Haul. If you're wondering why we're doing Criterion Haul early, it's because I participated in the 50% off flash sale on the Criterion website. Now, for those of you who don't know, Criterion holds an annual sale on their website, I believe in May and October. I could be wrong though, I've never done it before, so correct me if I'm wrong. But basically, they hold a sale on their website that allows you to get their Criterion releases, all the Criterion releases, for 50% off. The downside, though, is that it's only for 24 hours. Basically, what I'm saying is that if you're trying to find a particular Criterion, a particular release on Criterion, and it's not in your local Barnes & Noble, then ordering from the website is the best way to go. Sometimes that doesn't always work though, because sometimes you won't really know like which titles are, low on stock or going out of print. And it's actually, fortunately, it is rare for a Criterion title to go out of print. So, anyway, I haven't even opened this yet because I actually just got it in the mail today. So, let me show you what I got. And so you can call this like an unboxing video if you want. I've actually never done ordering from the Criterion website before, but this is a first for me. Ooh, nice. Alright, so firstly, we have The Circus from 1928. This is a classic. I've been trying to get more like Charlie Chaplin and Buster Keaton and Harold Lloyd, and I've been searching for this everywhere. And I keep passing it off for some odd reason, but no more. No more. Charlie Chaplin, in his usual tramp character, he plays someone who meets this girl at a circus and he accidentally gets roped into the circus, basically. He sort of by accident. He's not really wanting to be a part of a circus, at least as far as I remember. Now, what's great about this movie is there's a lot to appreciate in here. City Lights is actually one of my favorite films, and while that movie it's more dramatic than that one with a touch of comedy here and there. This one is straight comedy, and it's amazing, absolutely amazing film. There's so many great scenes in this film, so many great scenes. Absolutely love this one. I remember when I was in Ohio one time, Turner Classic Movies had a Summer Under the Stars series, and Charlie Chaplin was one of those people they were highlighting. And I saw The Circus, I saw Modern Times, I saw City Lights, and I didn't see The Gold Rush or Limelight or I've seen The Gold Rush now, but back at the time, this was 4 years ago, I didn't. I will be picking up Modern Times and The Gold Rush at some point, but I'm glad to have this in my collection. And by the way, in case you want to know the Criterion Spy number, it's 996. Next up, Fantastic Planet. Oh, how do I explain this one? Okay. Alright, how do I explain this beauty? Okay. This was made in Czechoslovakia, and this is one of the most intriguing animated sci-fi films you will ever watch. How do I explain it? Okay, so there's a distant planet. So there is this group of giant blue creatures known as drags, and these drags live on the planet Yam. They enslave humans, which are known as and their whole idea behind it is they're trying to gain control of the and they have a specific education system that they utilize. And what's interesting about this is one of the takes a hold of one of the drags' educational system thingies. So they're kind of like rings. They're kind of like a ring around their head, and it basically fills them with geography of Yam and the biology, her species, basically. So one of the takes a hold of this device and educates herself to understand how they think, how they act, etc. They're not supposed to do that. So this person actually escapes and finds a series of other who want to stop the drags, but they don't exactly know how. So this person has the knowledge to teach them how to overthrow their masters, if you know what I mean. So they're trying to put them out of power, essentially. It's kind of hard to explain. There's a lot of allegories here. The art style is very unique. The themes of conformity, and political, there's a lot. The art style is fantastic. The world itself is very interesting. It's very creative. It's visually pleasing. There's interesting allegories. There's important themes, and on top of that, it's just a really interesting movie. If you want something new, if you want something different, if you want something unique, check this out. Criterion number 820. Next up is The Night Porter from 1975. Criterion number 59. Okay. This is kind of a hard one to talk about, primarily because of its dark subject matter. Dick Bogart plays a former concentration camp Nazi officer who he tries to make a living after the war by working at his hotel. Suddenly, this woman comes into the picture, played by Shard Rampoin? Shard Rampoin. And he remembers that he saw her before. He remembers that he knew her at one time or another. Did I mention that she was in the same concentration camp that he was working at, and that they were both lovers? This is not for everybody, though. It's essentially a film dealing with dark subject matter, dealing with the Nazi regime and what happened to them after World War II and how they lost the war, and essentially dealing with twisted relationships. And it's not for everybody. It's really good. Like, it is really good movie. I do recommend it, but only moderately, because not everyone is going to understand what the movie's trying to say. But essentially, the movie deals with a destructive relationship. A relationship that was never going to work in the first place. So it does deal with destructive relationships. So that theme is very prominent in the movie. But it is well shot, well acted, and on top of that, it has interesting themes here. I would only say check this out if you are a cinema fan. If you're a casual viewer, though, your enjoyment of a movie may depend on how you understood what the movie was trying to say. If you don't like the subject matter, then don't bother. But it is a good movie, though. I do recommend it, but only for a select audience. Meaning not everybody's going to like it. Not everybody's going to be a big fan of it. And I think it's only really for cinema lovers. So, yeah. And the last one I got, which I got this primarily because of the fact that if you order on the Criterion website anything above 70, so if you get like a series of things and you order past $70 or like $75, shipping is free. Boyhood. Criterion number 839. So, this is a great movie. Absolutely great movie. I love this movie. I may have talked about this before, but basically, this is a film shot over the course of 12 years. Richard Linklater shot this movie over a course of 12 years with the same actors, Ethan Hawke, Patricia Arquette, who won the Oscar for this, and it sort of explores their life over a course of those 12 years. Very intriguing film, very clever in how they did it, and there just hasn't been a film like it. I mean, yeah, there's Curious Case of Benjamin Button, but that was not filmed over the course of 12 years or anything like that. It wasn't. It hadn't been done. So check it out. And that is it. That is all the Criterions I got. from the 50% off sale. The 50% off flash sale. So, I don't think there's anything more to say. I'm looking forward to doing this again in the future. And until next time, see y'all later.